joining us on the program to talk about this UN arms trade treaty. Congressman Mike Kelly from Pennsylvania. Congressman, thanks for your time, sir.
Oh, thank you, Kim, and thanks for keeping this issue alive. You know, we've seen it change into something different. Again, the most clear and transparent administration that would ever witness is certainly keeping its word. I'll tell you what, it's very clear and transparent, I think, to all of us. This is a president who has an agenda that none of us as true Americans would look at and think was good for America, but he's on a roll, and he keeps pushing.
Yeah, and this treaty process has just been, it's been bizarre to watch. I mean, they had this, 2-week process to hammer out a treaty. It all collapses in the final hours when Iran, North Korea, Syria all say, no, we don't like this treaty. And then somehow today the General Assembly still votes on this treaty, Congressman.
Well, sure, because, again, listen, a lot of us are paying attention to this president, and we're paying attention to his agenda, and we're watching as he works. This is very consistent with the Obama administration. When Plan A doesn't work, go to Plan B or go to Plan C, and then just go back and tell people, no, you misunderstood. We have an evolving position on this. So we didn't get done what we said we're going to do, and we said it had to have a consensus. We couldn't get the 100% consensus, so now we're going to switch gears and go to something else, and we'll try to shove down the throats of the American people. I'm hoping, Cam, I mean, our folks have got to get on board with this. You know, we have this attpetition.com. We need to be more on fire than we ever have to send a loud and clear message to this president and his administration. Stop it. Stop turning the sovereignty of the United States of America over to people that don't have the same concerns, don't have the same value system, don't have the same beliefs as us. We will always be a special country and a country that stands up for things as long as the American people stand up for it. When we think we can turn the reins to this over to this president and this administration, we should not be disappointed when we see what's happening. This is consistent with this man and his administration. We've gone through 4 years of it. We're starting up again another 4 years, and we're going to have to watch every single day. We're going to have to ride herd and keep on top of this stuff.
Well, absolutely. And, you talk about this change in the consensus agreement. This is what the Obama administration said would have to happen. Any treaty was going to go through or would have to reach consensus from every nation. Today, within the General Assembly, you had 3 nations vote against adopting this treaty during the meeting, but when they came up for a vote in the General Assembly, I believe you had 5 nations vote no. You had 23 nations abstain. This is hardly consensus.
No. Now they're pushing towards the June 3rd. Now the June 3rd date's another date that's looming out there for us. But really, Cam, listen, and you and I would say this all the time. It is time for America to stand up for American values. We have these rights we have, were given to us by our founders. They are enshrined. They are uniquely American. Why do we continue to sit back and watch this unravel and shrug our shoulders and say, well, what can we do? Folks, I got to tell you, please weigh in on it. Don't allow it to happen on our watch. We have got to stop this president and this administration from turning this from something we never imagined could happen, but he's getting away with it, and we've got to push it hard as American citizens. Listen, I'm a member of Congress, and the attpetition.com is as a private thing that I did. We've just got to do it. We can lock arms. We can band together, a band of brothers that can save this Constitution and save this country, but we have to act now. We can't sit back and watch this and say, my gosh, I wish I had done something. I knew it was happening. I knew it was bad. I just didn't get involved. Listen, I'm not asking people to get involved. I'm asking them to make that same commitment that over a million men and women in uniform have given their lives to protect. We've got to do this. It is incumbent upon us right now to stand up and fight this administration every step of the way when they take things away from us that are uniquely American.
Absolutely. And, to that end, Congressman, we assume I assume that the president will ultimately sign this treaty, which leaves it up to the Senate to ratify or fail to ratify this treaty. Over on the House side, what are you and your colleagues doing?
Well, we have a really good backing from. I think we have almost 130 members on the resolution now. We got 34 members of the Senate. Senator Jerry Moran from Kansas and I got together on this. We're going to see, now because of the break, Cam, too, because of the Easter and the Passover break, we have not had the chance to get as many people on. I'm going to predict that when we get back in session, we'll have people really jumping on this and defending it. The Republican Study Committee will be all over that. We'll be doing things that we weren't able to do before. But I think you're going to see a broad support across the whole the whole floor, not just Republicans, but Democrats also, that are going to stand up for America's rights and stand up for our amendment and our Second Amendment right and that First Amendment right. Listen, to peaceably assemble to petition the government for aggressive agreements. We have got to do this as the American people. It is our turn. It is our time. It is not an option. We've got to fight.
Congressman, thank you so much for your time, sir. Really appreciate it, and look forward to talking again very soon.
Yeah, thanks so much for what you're doing, and please, we'll keep our NRA people on top of all this. Thank you.